Hello class, my name is Annisstar and this is a video introduction for my consumer behaviors class. And I just want to talk about what I know so far about consumer behavior. I would say that consumer behavior is something that comes along, especially when anybody's studying any form of economics. In the past, I have studied economics at a high level, and I've learned a lot about how consumer behaviors and trends tie into internationalism, as well as macroeconomics when it comes to purchasing power, purchasing demand, and how consumer behavior kind of ties in with how the economy of that nation will either rise or die down or fluctuate. Personally, for me, I am a person that likes to research and do in detail research before I purchase. I'm a research-based consumer. I really enjoy the fact that I do have access to internet and a lot of different applications where I can actually get specific details on what I want to purchase, how it works, see videos of how people use those devices and how it's been beneficial for them or their family. I'm currently a mother of one. It's my son right over there, and that's the father of my son, George. And being in another country currently right now, I'm in Ghana, and sometimes I'm not even sure how certain products work because maybe someone recommended it being in the country, or they recommended it because that's what everybody else uses. And so I like to do my research, find out what's really going on, whether it's done on an application online or even offline, getting to speak to people and hearing recommendations, because not all products are on the internet. It may be a herbal product, a tea that someone recommends that's really good for circulation within your blood, etc., etc. So sometimes it's really good to get on ground and get that information firsthand. Personally, for me, when I study consumer behavior, besides like the fashion industry or what people purchase, and how those, like the Hermes bags and how those, is it Hermes or Hermes? The Hermes bags and how those continue to gain value, and their resale value is so high, so it's actually an asset when you purchase those handbags. But I also pay attention to the housing market. Because I hope to be a homeowner before 30. So all of those goals and the things that come into play in a person's life, they also end up being a part of economical benefit, because, for example, in the reading that we had, they give an example of how home ownership is a big part of economic growth. When you see that a housing market is doing well within an economy or even within a state, that economy grows, because a home is not just the foundation, the walls, and the windows. It's also light fixtures that are being bought, home appliances, carpeting, furniture. And all of those things add up and they boost the economy, because if everybody's buying a house, or let's say 100 families are in one neighborhood and all those 100 families all have a home, imagine the purchasing power that they're bringing into the market, and that purchasing power and the amount of appliances and the materials that will be used to create comfort within that home for those families will increase the economy within that town or within that nation. And that's one of the ways that the global economy looks at the housing market. So personally for me, even though it's not something that I have now, it's an aspiration for the future, looking at the housing market and seeing what my options are in terms of purchasing, whether it's going to be a condo for my first purchase, an apartment complex, a townhouse, who knows, it just might be a ranch-styled house. So just looking at those ideas for the future and just envisioning what can be possible for my family in the future.